Green, green, green.
We are following Arne Henriksen through the, I don't know what you officially call it, the ECC Engineering Components Company's museum here, which I told these guys do not lock the back door because you might see something missing. Rupert seatbelts, Bill Lutz, wow.
There's the picture. That's a last lap. It's a 200 lap race at Soldiers Field on the half mile. They had a quarter mile there and a half mile. That's the last lap with Tom Pistone supposedly in a factory Chevrolet, and Bill Lutz in the 56 car, which was owned by Bob Chapman. And this was my first race that I ever went to.
Wow.
And I was 17. At the time, you had to be 18 to get in the pits, so they snuck me in with the company dog in the back. Snuck us both in at the back. And we won this race. And that's when I got hooked on auto racing, because there was 90,000 people there. Now, you say 90,000 people? Yeah. People tell me, no, they never raced at Soldiers Field. So
absolutely.
Here's a picture, not of this race, but downtown Chicago, that shows that half-mile racetrack.
Wow.
The next morning, or while we're still there, they would clear the cars out and start take the guardrail down so they could play football on Sunday morning.
Wow.
That's when I got hooked on auto racing. 90,000 people screaming and yelling, and we won the race.
90,000, we're what, not even a fourth of that today. Wow. That is amazing.
The internet says 77,000. We were told 90,000. The difference between 77 and 90,000, it was the policeman's benefit. And so in Chicago, if you got pulled over by the police, you had the option to either give you a ticket or buy a ticket, for the auto race.
I'll take plan B. Wow. Let's even get the... I assume that's the speaker holes, is there? What would those holes be right there?
I don't know.
That's crazy. This is a stock car.
This is a stock car.
Wow. And how did you get a hold of this?
Had my sons look for one. So
wow.
This is not the original.
Okay.
This is a remake.
That's all right.
I wish we could find the original.
Yeah, exactly.
This is also the same year
Wow.
that Bill Lutz won the championship at O'Hare Stadium.
Wow.
Still have my jacket.
Wow.
So I was 17 or 18.
Wow.
And like I tell people,
If that still fits, I'm leaving. Oh my gosh.
it still fits.
Wow.
A little tight.
Wow. Well,
but not
that's
much.
that's
I can still zip it up.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
The zipper's now broken.
I was going to say it's still in great
Yeah.
condition just to touch on that zipper, but
I think
wow.
Zip it up, it still fits.
Arne, you never look better. Wow. Well, thankfully you became part of auto racing because, you know, there's a lot of people, supercars today, saw Engineered Components or ECC in the magazine. So I'm glad you became part of motorsports because you've given back so much. So to see somebody's roots and to see where they came from, wow. The legends of the sport right here. Gene Marmer was at the Milwaukee ARCA race recently. So, yes, they introduced him. Or, I'm sorry, Don Marmer. I'm sorry, not Gene. Gene has since passed away. But Don Marmer, I'm sorry.
After that car, several years later, then we built a Chevy 2. This is still Soldiers Field, concrete wall all the way around it,
Wow.
and won the championship at Soldiers Field.
And what year would that be?
Chevy 2.
About
62.
63?
Yeah, 62, 1962, 1963.
Oh, wow.
Won a lot of races down there. We would win the race or Sal Tavella.
Sal Tavella, just lost him.
Just lost him. One of
Wow.
the two of us was going to win the race. They were both Chevy 2s.
Now, what series was that called? That wasn't the Hurricanes, was it? That
No,
Andy
that was
Granatelli
just-
ran, or just
That was just a
weekly thing?
weekly, Soldiers Field. This was on the quarter mile, and then they would run ARCA races on the half mile. They would come in every once in a while, run an ARCA race.
Arca and USAC, right? If I'm not mistaken.
ARCA and USAC. Actually, it was probably USAC back then.
It's funny to hear. You still see debates all the time about, you know, whether they ran at Soldier Field, you know, and
After that-
and what they ran.
After that,
Oh,
Ronnie Householder from Chrysler calls us and says he wants us to run factory experimental drag race car. So we did. He told us to go down and pick up a Plymouth. It came in, it had the 440 cubic inch, the offset dual carburetors, the whole thing on it. So that year we ran it as a drag car and won the world. We won the from Cordova, Illinois. We won a championship with that as a drag car.
wow.
Now, we were sitting around in the wintertime having a beer and decided and Householder told us, just keep the car. Do whatever you want with this car. So we said, what are we going to do with this thing? It's got a unibody on it. There's no frame underneath it. And I sat there and we said, let's make a stock car out of it. Everybody laughed. There's a unibody. There's not a frame under it.
Right,
That's
right,
when I
right.
said, give me 200 or 300 feet of 2x2 square tubing and I'll build a frame under it. So I built a frame underneath this car.
Wow.
Now we're running with a factory 440 cubic inch motor. We go out to Rockford Speedway. We won the first 13 weeks in a row. We set fast time, won the heat race and won the feature. We won the championship by July. And
Any bounties on your head after that? Start in the back, whatever?
nobody could touch us.
Oh,
Now
wow.
that's when fast qualifier started at the back,
Yeah, yeah.
not in the front. So we started in the back every single race and won every single feature race for 13 weeks in a row.
And what year was this?
That would be 62, because
And-
this was a 61. 62 or 63, we won the championship at Rockford with this drag car.
And how far down the? I know how Householder was here in Chicago. How close was he in proximity to you guys?
Well, Detroit.
Oh, I thought he was here in Chicago. I'm sorry.
No.
Okay.
He worked for Chrysler.
I'm thinking of Nichols. He was in Indiana, but
Yes.
yeah. Wow.
Ronnie Householder came in after we did that in Rockford. Drove in with his secretary and got out of the car and came in and talked to my boss. And I heard my boss talking to him because he said, we're going to send you 10 engines at a time. We want you to run USAC.
Wow.
My boss says, no, we have our own engine program, which we did. We had our own chassis dyno at the time, and we had our own engine dyno at the time. Nobody else had any of that.
I was gonna say I never heard anybody having that back in the
We
'60s.
used to tune all the drag cars and
Wow.
everything. People used to bring them in. So he told me, well, we have our own engine program, and I saw the look on his face. He left. He went out to talk to Norm Nelson.
Well, could have been.
Kenosha,
Yeah.
wherever.
Could have been.
And gave him the deal.
The Great Dane.
As soon as he did that, I rolled my toolbox out. I quit. Called my uncle who owned a fastener company and said, can I come to work? And he said, yes, I'll hire you as a lift truck. You can drive the lift truck and unload trucks on the street because we don't have a dock. So that's what I did.
Owned a fastener company.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is it went from there to there to there to here we are
And
today.
here I am today.
Wow. Thank you, boss.
Yes.
Wow.
Thanks for being a jerk.
Yeah.
And telling the guy that runs the Chrysler racing program that he didn't want his engines. We'll do our own engines. So that's
What could have been Norm Nelson. Unbelievable.